One farmer says, seems to me there was a tea party in Boston that was illegal too.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold.
We shall seek to establish and maintain a dollar which will not change its purchasing and debt-paying power during the succeeding generation.
As anguished shrieks rose up from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Government credit and government currency are really one and the same thing. A reserve of gold and a small reserve of silver.
So, and I said, well, what if it does happen? And he says, well, price will solve everything. I said, thanks, give me the gold.
Why do central banks hold it? Well, it's a form of reserves. So why don't they hold diamonds? Well, it's tradition, long-term tradition.
Well, some people still think it's money.
And welcome back to the Junius Maltby Channel. Yes, you are live. The extemporaneous ramblings of a madman. Broadcasting here from the bunker, this holiday special, if you want to call it that. There's really nothing special about it, other than I'm sitting here at the desk. All of you have gathered. Each one of you is special in your own ways. We're all special in our own little way. And together we're just even more special, right? Well, I'm happy you're here. Happy holidays. I just got over the flu. This big dangerous flu that's all over the news. Have you seen it? The fear? The fear pimps are out. They're beating the fear pimp drums. They're banging them. CNN, all of them, every mainstream outlet. Apparently this new flu, A to the K, that's what it's called. It's they named it after a Cypress Hill song, and it's called A to the K, or A subclade K, whatever. But it's A-K. I just call it the AK flu. And popped it for sure. Definitely had it. No, I don't get the vaccine for it. Wrote it out. I think my peak fever, I was like in the high 102s. I hit 102.2, but pretty certain, it was a little thermometer. I had my axillary region, and it wasn't, I don't know, I think I was higher than that if you really went after it, but 102.2 is what I popped at one point. But I'm back. I'm doing good. I gave it to Mrs. Maltby, so she, at the weak, frail, decrepit, and just the miserable, broken little Mrs. Maltby, she ended up getting the flu from me. Influenza A to the K. And man, it put her down for like 5 days. And now we're just kind of coughing. We have the raspy voices and, did some neti pot rinses. And what else did I do? Had a lot of tea, chicken broth. Just some natural stuff. I did some Dayquil, it worked, whatever. It's probably going to kill me. I probably lost about a year's worth of my life total. It'll keep me out of diapers. But, it probably rocked my liver a little bit. I was under control. I never did more than like 3 doses in 24 hours. No more than, I think, even 2. But, Merry Christmas to all my friends. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I was on the, engaging in a thing recently, a discussion online, and I anonymously, of course, no one knew who I was, but I wished some people like a Merry Christmas, and this Jewish guy chimes in like out of nowhere, like to let everybody know, well, I'm Jewish, so I don't appreciate it. It doesn't mean anything to me. He probably didn't say it like that, though. He probably said, if he was actually talking, we could hear him, it would have probably been like, oh, I'm Jewish. I don't appreciate that. Merry Christmas. Can you take it back? Don't say it. I'm offended by it. Now I'm a victim. I'm the victim today. Like, he inserted himself as the victim immediately. Had to be the victim. Much like I'm hearing now with the Epstein situation. Have you guys been following this? The list that never existed, then it showed up with black highlighter markings. And none of the audio tapes, none of the recordings, none of the real evidence, none of the stuff that would just have meat in it. Like, who are they to block it anyway? Who does it belong to? It's a national security. Let it all out. They can't, because they say that, everybody in D.C. would be in prison. And, keep going. I'm still, there's no downside to that. But apparently there's some, I don't know if he's a rabbi or what. He's out there saying that the victims are really not victims. the victims, a lot of them are anti-Semitic, and that's why they're making these accusations. So they brought it like full circle. Now, the victims are antiseptic or anti-citrus. So I just thought that was a brilliant, like, fifth dimensional backgammon move on their part. They have now become the victims of the entire Epstein scandal, of which they orchestrated as a honeypot to gather intel and blackmail on politicians for the state of Israel. It's incredible. It's mind-blowing. I mean, how it's like Sith Lord level fighting. I mean, these people are like black belts in this type of stuff. Western man just cannot compete. We fail miserably at that type of competition. We got to be as tenacious, vindictive, victim card bearing as we can. We got to start figuring out. I mean, think about it. We make up less than 8% of the Earth's population now, my European brethren. We make up less than 8% of the world population. So we are a significant minority. Our influence is waning constantly. And we're being driven out in our own lands. It's a huge issue. Something to contemplate going into 2026. But, anyways. Let's talk about silver real quick, because it's blowing up again. And, I logged on earlier to CNBC, and I pulled up the silver switchboard here. And, it was, again, it was right under 68. It was like 67.50, I think. And it's been rocketing past that in tomorrow's trading already. Now we're at 68.68. I know a lot of people thought 6.7 was great. I saw the Zoomers and the new generation with their meme culture. I still don't get it. But when silver hit 67, a lot of them were screaming 6.7. They thought it was amazing. It was like this. Maybe they predicted it. Maybe this was all foretold by the Zoomers. That's what the 6.7 really meant. Was that this year, while they were chanting 6.7, they were like summoning silver to blast through $67 per ounce. And well, it did it. It did. And 67 is now behind us. I heard some of you guys are scalping silver on eBay faster than boomers can update their fixed price sales going for. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. You guys are sniping silver deals off eBay from people because the price is running so fast. There's fixed price auctions, not auctions. And, I've heard people are locking in on like a 10-ounce bar of beautiful silver and getting it for essentially melt, because by the time they close the price to buy it, silver blows up another $1 or $2, and they're pulling silver off the market for, melt prices, which is incredible. Good for you. Good for you doing that. There's still a surprising amount of silver available. I'm seeing a lot now. It's on eBay. Obviously, sellers are getting flushed into the market a little bit right now. And now I truly, where I believe silver is going eventually. But that doesn't mean they're going to play with us in the meantime. And I think there's a motive as to why. There's going to be some psychological warfare, some major morale testing, price action, and behavior going forward as they try to shake and rattle people in this. Not you guys as necessarily as much. We're retail physical. We are just like microorganisms on their battlefield landscape. We don't compete in any way as far as our positions, what we do. If everybody on the Junius Maltby Channel right now, all 27 of you that are, how many of you are even in the chat? I don't even know. Let's take a quick peek here. 90 of you. So let's say all 90 of you sold 1,000 ounces even. That's still like 90. There's 91 of you. 91,000 ounces of silver. Nothing. Like that's the floor sweepings in probably a vault for some of these people as far as the scraps that we represent. But there's massive moves taking place that are causing these price moves. And I think, if they do try to, a couple of things. We'll look at, one of the things is the reasons this is moving. And a lot of people are saying these AI data centers. I read this morning, AI data centers last year consumed more power than, North America, They consumed as much water as is in the Pacific Ocean. I don't know how accurate these numbers are, whatever they say. But there's a lot of fervor and discussion about how much these data centers, and they're building like crazy, but how much silver they're taking up. And apparently Samsung, I think it was, patented or is working on a patent for a new battery right now. Rumor on the market. Don't know how accurate it is. Quote me, correct me if I'm wrong. Find me the articles. I don't care. But I read it was 32.5 ounces. That part I do remember. That 32.5 ounces of silver would be involved in each one of these super gnarly new batteries that I think it was Samsung is in the process of coming up with. So things are taking place, the data centers, the battery sector, technology, you name it. We've always known that silver is highly consumed there. Once silver is consumed industrial, it's very difficult to get it back to a usable physical form again. We know that there's millions of ounces short or whatever every year that it falls far below the supply side, that demand is outstripping supply. That's been going on for years now. But the supply deficits are being made up for with recycling, and that's becoming costly. Obviously now with the price of silver where it's at, it's going to make recovery efforts in the recycling sector much more profitable, so they'll probably start really grinding up stuff over in China and using toxins to extract it and poison the surrounding area, because as we all know, it's a very toxic, poisonous process to extract silver from chipboards and technological devices. But these prices right now, blasting past all expectations, even going into next year. If you look at some of the forecasts that the big banks came out with, right? They kept changing them, but we have already exceeded what they predicted months ago being prices that 2026 would bring. It's outpacing everybody. And what that tells me then is I don't think a lot of these guys knew this was happening, that this was going to come at this rate. Something's going on to cause it. What? I don't know. Do I care? No, I don't. But we knew it was going to happen eventually. And I was curious what the shorts are losing. I don't know how to really calculate that. I'm not that good at it. But I did pull up a thing. We'll talk about the short guys because I think they're getting wrecked. I read it recently. I don't know. Someone came up with a figure that for every dollar silver moves equals X amount of billions in losses for, and then it gave an example of a pool of short positions, banks. We'll look at those like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. They're all big guys that short silver pretty heavily. But silver, yeah, $70 tomorrow, possible. If silver breaks 70, it's going to be a big psych thing. I mean, there's probably going to be a couple of headlines that might make some news. I think that that doesn't look like demand's going down. And at these levels, it's going to start attracting some FOMO people as well. This could be a lot of energy, but I would caution that, let's say, here's a side thought. If they, when I say they, put like 3 parentheses on each side of it. If they decide to move some fuzzy numbers around, move some paper, change some digits on the screen by doing what they do best in market manipulation and such, because as you all know, silver's been heavily manipulated for decades. It's a conspiracy theory. Okay. And the spoofing would never happen. There was no one ever did any spoofing of silver. Okay. Now, if they wreck this for a little bit, just briefly, try to get some control under it, they could psych some people out of it for a while, and you'll have a lot of people that bought at like these ranges. And this is not a Junius saying don't buy silver at all. Don't take it that way. But there could be people that lock in $68 to $70 range, paying with a little extra, maybe $72, $74 an ounce. Let's say we get a brief wreckage from our banker brethren, and they knock this down to 40 and keep it there flagging between 40 and 50 for like the year remaining. Just pretend that happens. Pretend for a minute that scenario unfolds. You'll get a lot of bitter people. There's not a lot of people that will even hold through that, especially if they're new to it because they want instant gratification. And so you'll probably see a lot of, if that happens and that takes place, there'll be a lot of people dumping silver, probably at a loss, and then it'll come back again, even probably stronger. But again, does retail move the price? No, but they're affected by it for sure. Their psyche is affected, their psychology, and how they behave with metals. But ultimately, this is a war being played out by much bigger players. I would say this is nation states are involved in this even. This is not just banks, okay? This is not just Wall Street. This is not you guys or me buying a tube here or there, or people buying Scottsdale bars on eBay. This is probably strategic global positioning for what's considered to be one of the most important commodities, I would say, on the planet for both defense, intelligence, industrial application, you name it, it's there. Satellites, whatever. I mean, silver is, that's why we've been celebrating it for so long. I think they know how short it is. There's going to be disruptions if war breaks out. If a war breaks out in South America, to bring them peace and democracy, because that's what we're doing. We're going to bring them peace, democracy, and then they're going to give us some oil for it. That's the trade. Got to have more wars, right? And, hey, Quingus44, thanks for the super chat, brother. Thank you so much. He says, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. God bless Junius and the missus. Well, God bless you too, my friend. Thanks for the super chat. And thank you all for being here, all of the channel members. But I want to get on that, finish that point. If war breaks out, South America, Bolivia is nearby, Venezuela, all that whole region, and even consider Mexico part of South America, the southern part of Mexico, Mexico anyway. And if it gets unstable and shipments are disrupted or trade and things like that, even mines getting shut down, a lot of mines, a lot of production down there, a lot of silver. I mean, come on now. I shouldn't have to remind you of the name Potosi alone. There's still a lot of rich hills in that region, even though that's in Bolivia. But, this is going to be an interesting thing how it plays out this year with the prices. We get a war, silver supply. That might be what we're seeing here is price action betting on that, and supply being even more strangled up by conflict. So if that's something. Now, if the AI bubble bursts, like Michael Burry says, the tech side, and there's a huge collapse in how many data centers are being built, and AI goes poof like the 99.com bubble, could that ripple into silver prices, cause some correction? Yes, I think so. I do. Then there's all the electrical vehicle stuff, but we're going to see. How much of it's economic? A lot. Yeah, the dollar's doing it. We can't ignore that. I mean, metals are moving because the dollar's dying. Fiat dies, gold and silver survive. A lot of this price action could be the new QE that's also being issued, right? A lot of the lowering interest rates. They've made money cheaper, easier to get. Meanwhile, silver's 68.81 and climbing. I think the day's high has already been 60. According to here, the day high has been 68.96. So it's already knocked on, 4 cents away, 3.5 cents away from $69 for the high in tomorrow's trading. TX Tractor Life, man, thanks for the super chat. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. It's about Christ. It is. Thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder. It is. Celebrating the birth of Christ. That's what Christmas is all about. Thank you, Tractor Life. Merry Christmas to you. Now, check this. Silver's getting so high. We've got the elite. Their butlers are like recycling their silverware. Check this news article out. The Elysee Palace silver steward was arrested for stealing thousands of euros worth of silverware. Look at this room, Mrs. Maltby. Look at this dining hall. This is Mrs. Maltby's kind of taste right here. It's very, very Baroque and elaborate in every way. It's got like a damask floor, all of these little chandeliers, and apparently this Elysee Palace, which is looks like a French palace or something. I don't know where it is. Let's see. It's the Sèvres manufactory, which supplied most of the furnishings, identified several of the missing items on online auction websites. Investigators later found, it's in France, that around 1,000 objects in the silver steward's personal locker. There's a steward. Imagine being that wealthy or whatever. You have this big building, and there's a guy whose job it is, what do you do? I'm the silver steward. Or he'd be more French, probably. I am the silver steward. I'm the steward of the silver. I keep it protected in this cupboard, and then I lock it up, and I hide by it with my gun, and then I protect it, the silver.
What gun?
That's right. So this is in Paris. 3 men will stand trial next year after a silver steward employed at the official residence of the French president. So this is Macron. Was arrested this week for the theft of items of silverware and table service worth thousands of euros. The Paris prosecutors. I wish I had known that these were on eBay. I would have bought one.
His house or something? Macron's?
Maybe it's the presidential palace of Francois. I think a Somalian lives there now. Look at me. Look at me.
Macron's house.
I am the president now. I am the president. It's a Somalian that lives there now. Sid Hearthseek, thanks for the super chat, my friend. He goes, rise of SLV is due to monetary reasons, not economic. Very likely. When new batch of Junius silver? That's a great question, Actual Surfer, and good to see you, my friend, as well. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Now, find someone to strike them. I've got the dies. We just got to find, we got to change some of it on there to maintain a difference between the originals. I was thinking of putting like a, kind of like a proof mark, what are those things called? You know, those little...
If you guys knew the amount of emails and communications Junius has done over the years to many different mints...
It just doesn't pan out.
They don't want to.
We're too small of a channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just don't get it anymore. They don't care. I didn't even get a reply back from Golden State Mint. I don't even think they replied to me. It's gonna take, privy mark. That's you guys are calling it. So we need to put like a little privy mark in it, and the privy mark would be a way to separate the new and the old coins, and I'd like to keep it that way. There is an individual I do know of somebody. This is not me, but I have one remaining Maltby round. I wanted to get as many out there as I could. And over the years, I did part with them to you guys and others. I have a friend that bought a tube, and I've told him, I was like, there's a lot of people out there that really want Maltby rounds, now that you guys bring it up. I said, I know you got a tube. Don't feel any pressure by this, but if you did want to part with them, I know there's people out there that would really value and appreciate having a Maltby round. And you could, keep whatever you want. You keep 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But he's got a tube with 20. And he said he'd definitely be interested in, allowing them to fall into the right hands. But look, the guy puts a numismatic value on it now because he's like, there's only 1,000 of these, or like 998, whatever there was, 996, I think something like that, in that range. So I would leave it up to him to determine the price if he does an eBay auction. I told him to let me know, and I would tell you guys, hey, he's got them on eBay, and you could bid them on there, and you'd see them. But that's up to you guys and him. I'm not. That's all I'm doing is passing on information. Not my deal, not my coins, not my transactions. So, the Italian Pepe, thanks for the super chat, man. Merry Christmas to you as well, brother. So interesting. I wanted to get back to this article. The Elysee Palace head steward reported the disappearance, with the estimated loss ranging between 15,000 and 40,000 euros. So that's a pretty good amount of silver. I would have loved to have seen. Can anyone pull up, Mrs. Maltby? Can you get a picture up on your phone of these things? These Elysee's silver objects. There's 100 objects in his personal locker, vehicle, and home. He even stole copper saucepans. But I'd like to see what this silver looks like, and I'm bummed that I didn't find any of it. That'd have been great to be on eBay and buy some beautiful French silver that was stolen from the French palace. No, I wouldn't return it. It's not my problem. I don't care. Once it's here, no way, man. I tell Macron to come get it himself with his man husband. Yeah, man, come get your silver, man, and bring the other man with you, man. The man with the wig, man.
Which one of them opens the jar?
Who? Oh, Bridget, for sure.
Yeah,
He was her pupil.
Yeah.
She raised him. He was a child when they met, probably. yeah, those are the people that rule over us. That's what we do. We work, we pay taxes, and those people make all the decisions and blow people up and kill things. And just, it's incredible the way the world is. The fact that people have any hope in any of it anymore. I mean, looking at the epic, monumental disappointment and failures that are in the entire system here in the United States, in every branch of government, is how could anyone believe in this system at all anymore? It's absolutely so flawed and failed. It's so broken. We're just in the death throes now. We're just entering the death throes. It's not even begun to die, but when it does, it'll be epic. Oh yeah, and I was going to show you guys a lot of you don't know this. This is the posts area I refer to on the channel page. If you go to posts, that's where a lot of stuff shows up as far as like general discussions and sometimes pictures, screenshots, just very, very quick stuff. So I'm surprised none of you got this redacted image of the lists recently. Not many of you seem. A few of you picked up on it. A few of you didn't. You got to really cross
right away.
You got to cross your eyes, kind of blur your eyes to really see the redacted image there. Oh yeah, I was looking up here's those dies I told you about. I was looking up the pictures of the coin online to find a different picture someone had taken, but here's the dies of the Maltby round, and then some pics I took a few years ago. This is years ago of just some of the coins stacked up next to one another, some good detail shots. But back to, I know some of you guys wanted to get one of these, and if you haven't got one and you do want one, I don't know, you could leave a comment and I could have an individual reach out to you, or just see what kind of interest is generated, and then he could list them or whatever. But I know some of you do really seek to one day get a Maltby round. So hopefully you can. I do wish for every single one of you that wishes to, at least 1,000 of you, that's all that's possible at this point, to be able to acquire one of these. And then if any of you have any connections with a mint that would like to put these out and strike them, there's the dies. I have no idea what they plug into, or I don't even know what the die press would look like for these, but there's the dies. There's one set. And there we go. I've got the that, and I've got the plaster, the original plaster that the obverse was sculpted with. So, all right. Anyways, it would be cool to get those going. Now, look, there's the Elysi Palace. This is the thing here. The silver record break above 60. This is one of the things that's on Business Insider I was going to share with you real quick, putting a lot of emphasis on how central the metal has become to AI build out, and attributing some of this price movement to the supply crunch and surging industrial demand fueling this price movement. So it's a vital material for the digital economy. I mean, it's amazing it's hard to believe, I should say, that nobody would have seen this coming. I would find that hard to believe. I think they've been positioning for something like this for a long time. Maybe these are the latecomers we're seeing, or maybe they're realizing it's more important or it's happening sooner than they thought. And that's why they're really pouncing on it today. But I was curious, so I consulted the demon, the Chat GPT. I don't know, just as a question like this, I don't think it's a big a deal. I wanted to explain some of the price action as far as the silver short guys and how this is affecting them. And just take this part, for example, here. Losses due to rising silver prices. Let me read this to you quick. But before I get to that, G-Dub, 8568. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the super chat, and a good Merry Christmas to you, my friend. He goes, Merry Christmas. I'm not selling my old master service for 8. Sterling silverware with bonus jumbo gravy ladle anytime soon. Wrapped junk silver presents for my cousins, just like last year. Cheers. So you have a master service for 8, sterling silverware with a bonus jumbo gravy ladle. Wow. He's got real silverware, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the silver... Do you have a silver steward? That's the question. Who is the steward of your silver, G-Dub? Losses due to rising silver prices. The amount of money that short sellers have lost due to the rising silver prices can be broken down as follows. The position size. So this is where I'm lost because I don't know how big and I don't know where to find how. I'm sure I can Google it. Maybe we'll ask Chad after this. How big the position sizes for these big banks are and how much have they lost? Estimate it. Give me a rough ballpark. Go. We'll try that next. Pause. So for example, if an institution, now remember these contracts are 5,000 ounces. Just keep that in mind. If an institution has a silver short position of 1,000 contracts, that means each contract represents 5,000 ounces of silver. So a dollar move equals $5 million per contract. So think of that. Every dollar move in silver is $5 million on the contract lost. If the price increases by $10, so think just from 58 to 68 right now, which has happened lightning fast. We broke 60 like a week ago. A $10 move would be a $50 million loss per contract. None of these guys are holding one contract. Okay, $50 million per contract since $58. I want you to keep those numbers in your head, bounce them around, write them down, because I can't keep up. $50 million per contract. Now, year to date, over the last year, silver prices have increased significantly. As of December, silver has risen from around $18 to $20 per ounce at the beginning of the year to about $30, $35 per ounce. This represents 50 to 75%. So, 3 times, that's $150 million per contract. $150 million per contract they've lost. For large short holders like JP Morgan, every dollar increase in silver price could result in hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. You read that? For every dollar move. Depending on their exposure to the market, given silver's volatility and the increase in price this year, losses could easily be in the billions, that's billions with a B, dollars for institutions that are heavily short. Example calculation. If an institution like JP Morgan has a short position of 100 million ounces of silver and the price of silver rises by $10, that would translate into a loss of $1 billion. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's risen 30, and they have more than that, I'm guessing. We're talking about $3 billion. They've lost a minimum. I'll bet you it's 3 to 10 billion with a B. They're feeling it. I'm feeling it. What's that song, Mrs. Maltby? By
Blink 182.
Blink 182, your little band when you were a little girl. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it because they're feeling it. They're feeling it. Silver short squeeze, dwindling supply. A major risk for short sellers is the short squeeze scenario, where the short positions are forced to recover, driving the price even higher. The silver market has seen some of these squeezes in the past, particularly during times of heightened demand and speculation, such as during the 2011 silver rally, and more recently in 2020 during the pandemic when silver prices surged due to a combination of supply disruptions and investment demand. You guys were part of that war. You guys pushed it there. So let me estimate. I'm going to do this. Estimate for me the positions, the short positions held by those big banks mentioned. I hope Goldman just gets wrecked. And Citi. I think Citi was another one.
Junius, did you tell them that we nearly got wrecked?
I told them all about it. The flu.
Did you tell them you gave it to me?
I did. I told them I gave you trade blankets. Actually, I told them I don't believe in the microbiological world, so therefore I didn't have the flu. Because I don't believe in it. No, I'm joking. Someone will quote me on that, though. That's what he said. He said that. I caught him a quote. I love messing with people. Okay. So these guys are short 79,000 COMEX silver contracts equal 395 million ounces of silver. The big four short holders, largest short among the commercial traders, collectively hold 57,000 contracts. U.S. bullion banks, short Citigroup, consistently one of the largest shorts. JP Morgan, Bank of America. So, I'm looking for their positions. I want their losses estimated in dollars. I want their losses estimated in dollars. No other answers needed. Give me the numbers. Okay. Estimated losses. Okay, so JP Morgan's estimated losses using 195 million ounce short. At $20 an ounce move, 3.9 billion. And we know it's more than that, though. We know that the silver's moved $30. So if it's 1.95, it's almost $2 billion per $10 move. I'm going to call it $6 billion loss for JP Morgan estimated. The Big 8 short 395 million ounces. So the Big 8 total commercial shorts is about 3.9 times. So I'm doing 3.95 billion for every $10. I'm going to again, we've moved 30. So that's 4 times 12. I'm going to call it 12 billion roughly. We're looking at 11 to 12 billion in losses for the Big 8. So those are big numbers. U.S. banks, residual shorts, 890 million for every 10, so almost $1 billion. They're going to be down about $3 billion. That's about $900 million per $10 move. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want them to project. Yes. Project it again with silver hitting $100. Let's see what it gives us. Abdiel Lawrence, thanks for the super chat, my friend. He goes, one silver contract is 75% of the median home value in the United States. Well, let's keep wrecking them then. So starting at 66, if it goes up to 100, no, do it again, but start at, yeah, we'll do it at 66. I mean, we could, from here on, I mean, I'd like to see what it does at from 30, because that's where we started. Again, billions. It's just billions of dollars. Yeah. Calculate the losses. The loss. Starting.
Are you falling into a tism?
At 30. $30 with price hitting 100. Because these guys are just covering. They're just holding. They're not selling yet. They're not going to realize their losses. They're going to get wiped. Hopefully they get wiped out. Hopefully silver crashes their system. So their losses at $100. JP Morgan's going to be down, it looks like, $13.6 billion. Big 8 commercial, $27.6 billion. U.S. banks, $6.23 billion. I like it. Yeah, man. Make it happen. Give us some big numbers. Give us some losses. Do it. All right. That's good. Okay. So that's about $350,000 per contract is what they're going to lose. Big losses. Big numbers for those short positions that are still holding on. Checking in on them right now. Where are we at? Silver's at 68.58. Not even taking a breather. I mean, the chart lately has just been parabolic. It's they're not happy about it. They're not. I mean, let's go check in on our numbers again down here with silver dollar price. Remember my Morgan. My Morgan Slick is now $52.67. There's your math right there. For just a constitutional silver, a Morgan Slick, you're looking at $52. $53 almost. Unbelievable. Pretty incredible if you think about it. $53 for a Morgan Slick. Remember, those things were $17. Like, I mean, it's in my head. That's what I picture them as. You know, a tube of Morgan Slicks going for about $17 a piece. They're $53 now in silver. This is crazy if you think about it. These are big numbers. We're talking about big. I mean, silver is making the news. It outperformed literally everything last year. Everything. You guys were mocked, ridiculed. I mean, you saw it. Look at how many people came and went into the silver movement. I don't even think is Wall Street silver even a thing anymore? Were they still hold on? Did they make it this far? Hope so. But, a lot of newcomers came and went and died down. They weren't into it. They weren't in it for the long haul. We knew that was going to happen. And a lot of people were mocked for buying silver during raids, ridiculed for buying at these all-time highs and buying it at these, quote, levels and paying premiums. And you guys, are so dumb buying silver during raids for $29 or $30 an ounce, 28. What was it? What were some of the prices back then? I don't even remember. I don't even care. What were they? What were some of the numbers during those raids? I mean, I guess you could go back and watch raid videos and see what the prices were. But guess what? I can guarantee you that every single price for every single silver ounce purchased back during those raids is up 100% minimum now. More than that. Over 100%. Doubled your money every time you pulled a transaction. Every time you grabbed something on that silver raid, that money has hereby doubled in value now. So, wow. I mean, if that's dumb, man, I said, man, that's crazy talk. I mean, you did better than the boomers. Dave Ramsey do that? Did Dave pull any like 120% runs in that short period of time with those types of transactions? Is he still ripping it? Dave doesn't have any silver. The only silver Dave Ramsey has is in his phone. And his silver-colored goatee, his boomer goat. His boomer goatee. And his little earpiece, his mic, and his smug look. Guy drives me crazy. I literally can't stand him. There's nothing about Dave Ramsey that I like. I'm just sorry. I don't care. And I can guarantee you, here's what I can guarantee you. I can picture it even. Dave Ramsey has probably either kissed the wall or really wants to. He's probably kissed the wall. But I can almost assure you he's a wall kisser. He likes to kiss the walls of an ancient Roman fort, which is bizarre. I don't know why people go kiss an ancient Roman fort. Jiffy Pistol, man. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the super chat, brother. He goes, hey, Junius, Darren here. Silver is the truth, and the truth will not be hidden. All glory to Jesus Christ, and Merry Christmas to all. All glory to Jesus Christ, and Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Amen. Amen. Let's see. Am I missing any more big news stories on this? No. 68.69 over on silver price. I mean, look at this 5 years ago. So yeah, 5 years ago, if we were doing a silver raid, and I don't know if we were then or not 5 years ago, you'd have to remind me, you'd have to look at the raid videos. 163% move since then. I think we might have. Do we have raid videos saved, Mrs. Maltby? I don't even know.
Probably archived.
They're probably archived somewhere. But I thought they would be somewhere in there. I don't know. If you guys go through the old videos, you might be able to find them. If 2020 was raid times, then we're up 163%. So you guys are doing pretty good. I know a friend of mine just ran the numbers. Check this out. This will blow your mind, actually. He wanted to do the numbers. So he did the numbers on buying. He bought 500-ounce bars from APMEX back in, a long time ago, like during the COVID lows. And he did the math, he did the numbers. I'm trying to find it for you. So stand by. Stand by, entertain yourselves. Where is it? He sent me the math on this. It's pretty incredible. It's like $350. He's made like $353 per month every month since he bought these bars. That's how much their value has increased. $353 a month over the course of like 5 years. 70 months. So here it goes. Here it is. He paid $1,656, so $1,656 per 100-ounce bar. He sent me the receipts for this. I've got it right here. Scottsdale King Stacker 100s, 5 of them, 5 bars was $8,280, and so that's how much it was, $8,280, and then so that's 500 ounces over the last 70 months. The value of those 500 ounces has increased $357 per month every month for 70 months from the date of purchase. And it's still growing. So anybody who bought 500 ounces of silver, this is March 24th of 2020 is when he did that. So 5 years ago, you guys are ripping it. We're ripping it. Everyone's just gobbling up the silver, making bank. You're up 160%, my friend. So anyone who mocked you, anyone who mocked anybody in silver is entirely wrong, and they were misspoken. And there was even stacker channels that were, remember that? Thought that you guys were screwing up. Thought that we were pressuring people. There was a lot of weird attitudes back then. A lot of weirdness around the silver world. You know, most hobbies are like that, though. A lot of people, it's just a hobby for some people. I mean, come on now. People collect baseball cards, Pokemon cards. They, there's little goofballs. There's a lot of goofballs out there. And some people, it's more of a collecting thing. I get it. So you're a hobbyist. That's cool. It's not an ideology. You're not into the ideology of precious metals. You don't understand the ideology of sound money. You don't realize there's an economic ideology, a worldview that comes with this. There's an anti-state attitude that's inherent with it, an anti-government attitude, an anti-control. It's the OG. It's the original Bitcoin, my friend. It's the anonymity. It's taking the wealth into your own possession. You know, not your keys, not your coins. You know, not your coins, not your metal. You got to have it physical possession. All the things we talk about, where this is going, what truly and really drives the prices. Identifying real inflation. That was another debate point. You know, a lot of people thought Junius was dumb. Junius was off calling inflation years ago, saying that metals were going to make remarkable moves because of inflation that we were seeing then, you know, even 3, 5, 10 years ago. Some of the activity that we saw in the economy, that it would flush out and eventually lead to higher metal prices. We knew that was the case. We were 100% certain. Everyone's like, you can't be 100% certain about anything. We were 100% certain. They were wrong about everything. The elites were wrong. The Fed lied. The Treasury Secretary lied. The presidents lied. Everyone in Congress lied. No one knew anything. Other stackers, quote stackers, whatever you want to call them, hobbyists, they didn't get it. They just didn't see it. They didn't understand it. They had no concept of where this goes, and none of the depth. It was all surface. It was all superficial. So, yeah. Anyways. What's this I'm seeing in the chat? See, Greg Trainer, he says, Junius Maltby, a YouTube creator focused on precious metals and economics, designed and released a custom 1-ounce fine silver bullion round, often called the Junius Maltby coin or challenge coin. Yeah. There it is. That's, was he posting about, something he found about the coin online? And no, Greg, they're not selling those coins anymore. To answer your question, there's no more they stopped striking those years ago. There was only about 1,000 ever struck, 996, something like that. I made a video with the quote, the exact striking numbers once. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere out there. It's in the archives. Because I remember the Mint had sent me a statement regarding that number, because I asked. I wanted to know. Yeah, but it's out there. But it's incredible. You know, as we go back to talking about what silver and gold used to purchase, I believe it used to be years ago, a silver dollar, a coin, the amount of silver in a silver dollar, an ounce of silver would essentially buy like an acre of land. If you recall, remember we went over all of those old numbers, the purchasing power of silver over the centuries. I've discussed it in so many videos on this channel on various topics, various coins, all the way from the Greek and Roman times, all the way through to the United States and Britain in the mid and early 19th century. Just remarkable, the amount of labor and goods that it used to acquire. And it seems like it's getting back to that point. One thing that is funny, and I know a lot of you point this out, a lot of people talk about this, and I did post this in the chat in the wall of the channel here, and I'll just go back to it. But this image here, the gold-silver ratio over history, pretty interesting concept, and we'll talk about it in a second. But first, Bill Spencer, let me tell you, thank you for the super chat. And he says, I picked up my first GML around 1100, and seeing the face of the RBC branch manager watch me walk away with it was priceless. Yes, awesome. Watching you walk out. I've witnessed that in even in just coin shops, or bullion dealers, watching someone walk in and take possession of a large amount of metal and disappear with it. It's pretty funny, pretty good. Gold to silver ratio through history. The only reason I put this up, I just thought it's interesting, and being that we're in clown world, it makes sense. But the ratio is obviously still fluctuating. But you look at it throughout history. I mean, just look how much tighter it's been. Not saying we're going to go back to any of those anytime soon. Not saying that, but possible. I wouldn't put it outside the realm of reason. Especially when you look at production rates of, what is it? It's 1 to 8 right now. Like for every ounce of gold they produce only 8 ounces of silver. So production rates are way below the current ratio of price. And then you look at consumption, you look at demand, storage, you look at deficits, you look at how much has been lost throughout history. A lot of issues like that. So it is interesting. And we're sitting at about 1 to 105 right now. I don't know what it is currently speaking. But it's definitely breaking down. Gold-silver ratio has been breaking down for a while. But, how's everyone in the chat? Merry Christmas to my friends. Merry Christmas to all of you. I think it's going to be an interesting 2026 coming up on us. And it's going to be surprising to see where metals bring us. I think we'll see gold at 5,000. And silver? Yes, I think silver could easily break 100. Get us into a 50 to 1. Silver go to 120. 120 next year, maybe. Who knows? Think of that. Double from 60. Double from there. Imagine people that bought it at $60 and realizing they're up 100% when silver hits 120. Yeah. Let's see. Someone just said that spot broke 69. I'm seeing 68.91 here. And then COMEX here on CNBC, 68.97. With a high of 69.10. So it did. It hit 69.10 earlier. $69.10. So yeah, silver could easily hit $70 tomorrow. Yeah. I wonder where's all the bears at? Where's all those anti-silver bears and all the where are they at? What are they doing these days? They all right? Has anyone checked on them? Do you know anyone you could call? If you know some, you should call them up. This is the kind of time where you call them up and you just see. Look at gold's at 43.84. I don't know. I'd like to see. Has old Dave Ramsey? Has anyone heard from him? Has he said anything about metals lately?
You should call him.
Does he chime in? No, they screen the calls. You have to talk to him like a month before the show airs, so they can heavily edit it and redact anybody that doesn't agree with Dave and worship at the altar of the boomer. Oh man. TX Tractor says 69. Hey, yep, $69. 69.02 on Silver Comics. Right here on CNBC. $69 right now on the screen. it's a pretty good move. Up 2.2%. You know, these little single digit percent moves don't really impress me much though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, you imagine start seeing 10% moves in a day on silver. Imagine silver moves like $6. $6 in a day. Imagine that. $75 tomorrow you wake up. $75. Next day you wake up to 80. Next day it's 95. Next day it's 110. What if it starts doing that type of stuff? You know? Just starts leapfrogging, just gapping. Well, think of this. It's up $1.50 right now. It's up $1.50. What did we learn earlier? For every dollar silver moves, right? The losses. For every dollar it moves. JP Morgan's losing $195 million per dollar move. The big banks, the big eight, they're losing $395 million. The U.S. Bank residual, $89 million per dollar. So if they're losing, that means they've already lost. It's already moved to $1.50. $1.50. Yeah, it's moved to $1.50. So if silver tonight, we're sitting here talking, while we're sitting here talking, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. So I'm going to just, for the sake of math, give JP Morgan $200 million. It's moved $1.50. So they've lost $300 million while we're talking, because silver's up $1.56. JP Morgan's down $300 million while we're talking. Just sitting here, just bleeding. The big eight total, $400 million per dollar move. So they're down $600 million if that's the case. U.S. banks are $90 million. So they're losing some money. That's good. Let's keep them bleeding. We need to bleed them harder, though. We need their shorts to be liquidated. We need them to be destroyed. All of them. There's no measure of pain or suffering or damage that could be inflicted upon these institutions that would be unjust, unwarranted, or unkind. No, it's necessary. It's good. It just needs to happen. We need to, the whole system. That's the thing is, that's why it's such a revolutionary act to buy metals. Once you've done it, you've committed the act. It's almost seditious, but it's delicious. It's delicious sedition to buy metals. It's tantalizing. It's satisfying in every way. It's just, you take it, you get it, and when you hold it, you realize only you have that metal. They don't. They can't control it. And in a way, somehow, you exerted a force, even though minuscule, you exerted this rippling echo through the economy that is inflicting damage upon major financial institutions that have preyed upon us for centuries, decades. It's wonderful. That is why you buy metal. That's why you hold metals. To inflict damage on the Fed, on the state, to expose their lies of their dying fiat, and to keep metal from them. Now your job is to keep and protect that metal from them and not let them get it no matter what they declare. No emergency, no martial law or strategic stockpile needs, no bonds or war drives or defense reasons. Nothing they could say should ever clutch that metal from your hands. And you should defend it to the death. I would. Oh, why not? No, why not? At this age, are you kidding me? That'd be exciting. That'd be thrilling. Come get it. Come get our metal. Round it up. Demand it to be turned in for some statist regime's idea, for some goal of theirs, so they can use it to put into a warhead to blow up children in a country on the other side of the world. They'll never get anything. The more we lose faith in them, the more they die themselves. People just need to keep losing faith in this system. It's unfortunate that so many try to breathe life into it and continue to believe that it's tenable, that it's workable, that it's salvageable. Just let it go. Let it go. Accelerate. Stack accelerate. Keep stacking. And hopefully by stacking, you stack, accelerate the burn down of that system. Yeah, just keep buying the metals, man. Wreck them. Send the message. Take more off the market. Take more of it off the market. Go for it. But all right, my friends, that's it for this evening's broadcast. And I, again, thank all of you for tuning in to the extemporaneous ramblings of a madman, these metal discussions, this broadcast here from the Junius Maltby bunker. Have a good Merry Christmas if I don't see you until then. So, again, good to see all of my friends here. Take care and have a good night.